Imagine a world where you build without the hum of power tools, a place where simplicity is the blueprint and nature is your greatest ally, where every nail, every piece of wood is placed with purpose. This is the Amish way, a way of life that has thrived for centuries, untouched by the distractions of modern technology. And today, you're about to discover how they build a greenhouse with no electricity, no fuss, and with a sense of calm that we've lost in our frantic world. Stick with me. By the end of this video, you'll not only know how to build a greenhouse like the Amish, you'll feel a renewed sense of connection with nature, a powerful reminder of the joy in simplicity. You'll feel like you can take on any project, no matter how daunting. Can you build a greenhouse in your backyard without relying on the constant hum of power tools? Without ever needing to plug into the grid? The Amish do it all the time. And in just a few minutes, you'll understand the quiet genius behind their method. Stay with me till the end. I'm going to reveal a secret that could change the way you think about building forever. It's easy to assume that building a greenhouse requires complex plans, expensive materials, and the hum of electric drills. But the Amish? They've been building greenhouses for generations, using only what's around them. No electricity, no fuss. Their design is elegant in its simplicity, yet brilliant in its efficiency. It's not just about the structure, it's about their philosophy. So why Amish simplicity? It's the philosophy behind their craftsmanship. Each piece is crafted with a focus on functionality, durability, and resourcefulness. It's about making what you need, not what's flashy. The Amish don't design with unnecessary extras. Their approach is always rooted in the practical, not the trendy. The result? A greenhouse that stands the test of time, that works with the land, that requires less, but delivers more. This kind of simplicity, the Amish way, is a quiet rebellion against the modern obsession with complexity. Less truly is more. The first lesson, start with the basics. In today's world, we often overlook the simplest of tools. But the Amish remind us, less is more. There's power in restraint. The skeleton of the greenhouse. The Amish approach this with an intentionality that's almost sacred. They use wood, tough, resilient wood, and they shape it with care. And get this, they use no power saws, no automated machinery, just their hands, their eyes, and an old-fashioned saw. The frame of the greenhouse is built slowly, methodically, like a fine piece of craftsmanship. The beauty here is in the simplicity. No complicated blueprints or high-tech tools, just strong hands and simple designs. Every piece of wood has a purpose. Every nail is placed for maximum stability. But it's not just about building a structure. It's about connecting with the land. It's about doing something with your own two hands, creating something that has lasting value, not just in its function, but in the story it tells. And here's where it gets exciting. When you build this way, when you engage in a project like this, you aren't just constructing a greenhouse, you're creating a deep personal connection to the space around you. You're reconnecting with nature. And that's the power of Amish craftsmanship. It's not just a job, it's a journey. Now that we've talked about the basics of design, let's dive into something equally important. Gathering the materials for your greenhouse. The Amish are masters at sourcing locally, not only because it makes sense financially, but because it reduces the environmental impact. They don't order from big box stores. They don't rely on factory-made lumber. Instead, they look to the land around them. By sourcing local lumber and materials, the Amish support small local businesses and reduce their carbon footprint. They don't import what they can find in their own backyard. This is a powerful example of sustainability, doing more with less, and relying on the community around you. And then, there's the durability. The Amish don't build to build, they build to last. They choose sturdy, long-lasting materials that will withstand the elements. They aren't interested in short-term fixes. They want a greenhouse that will serve them for decades. They pick the kind of wood that will weather the storms, the kinds of materials that can endure extreme temperatures year after year. The durability of your materials is an investment in your future. So when you gather your materials, don't just think about cost, think about quality, think about sustainability, think about the legacy you're building. And of course, let's not forget the tools. The Amish use basic essential tools, no fancy power drills here. Instead, they rely on simple handheld saws, hammers, and levels. These tools are designed for efficiency and precision, and they get the job done. No need for high-tech gadgets to finish the job. You don't need to overcomplicate things. You don't need to buy a dozen different tools to get started. Just a few well-chosen, trusted tools will carry you through. The Amish prove that skill, not gadgets, is what makes the difference. Now let's dive into one of the most crucial steps, the foundation and framing. This is where your greenhouse begins to take shape. Without a strong foundation, all the rest is for nothing. The Amish approach this step with utmost care, ensuring their structures are built to last for generations. The foundation of the greenhouse needs to be solid, stable, and secure. The Amish use simple, effective techniques, no complex concrete pads or fancy footings. Instead, they dig deep into the earth and lay a strong, compacted gravel base which drains well and holds everything in place. It's sturdy, dependable, and designed to withstand both the weight of the structure and the forces of nature. Next comes the framing, which creates the skeleton of your greenhouse. The Amish use straight, sturdy wooden beams, carefully selected to create a solid framework. This isn't about fancy designs or intricate patterns. It's about creating a structure that will stand tall year after year through wind, rain, and snow. The Amish often use simple joinery techniques, avoiding the need for complicated tools or designs. By using basic joinery like mortise and tenon joints, the Amish avoid the need for nails or screws. Instead, they rely on the strength of the wood and the integrity of the joints to hold the frame together. These techniques might seem simple, but they're incredibly effective and can be done with minimal tools, a hammer, a chisel, and a bit of know-how. This focus on simplicity allows for a construction process that is both efficient and timeless. No need for fancy gadgets or complicated machinery, just good old-fashioned craftsmanship. Now let's talk about the roof. It's more than just a cover. It's the key to protecting your plants, to harnessing the sun's energy without wasting a drop. The Amish use a translucent material like glass or plastic, but they don't rely on fancy tech to secure it. Instead, they use traditional methods, simple clips, wooden supports, and ropes. This allows for flexibility, making repairs easy and adjustments even easier. In a world obsessed with the latest gadgets, we've lost sight of the power of simplicity. We forget that sometimes the simplest solution is the most effective. And the Amish? They know this better than anyone. But here's the thing you might not expect. This roof system does something else. Something even more brilliant than you might realize. Stick around, and I'll reveal how this can help save your plants in extreme weather. You're almost there. The frame is strong, the roof is secure, and the foundation is solid. Now it's time for the finishing touches. These are the details that will elevate your greenhouse from a structure to a thriving, self-sustaining space. First, let's talk about the covering. This is where the magic happens. The greenhouse needs to trap the sun's energy, while allowing enough light to nourish your plants. The Amish select coverings carefully, balancing light transmission and heat retention. Whether they use glass, plastic, or even a special kind of fabric, the key is creating an environment where plants thrive without overheating. The material should allow light to filter in gently, providing warmth on cooler days, while also retaining heat during the night. It's a delicate balance, one that requires thoughtfulness and an understanding of the seasons. And the Amish approach it with the same care they put into every other part of the build. Then there's the ventilation system. Proper airflow is essential to regulate temperature and prevent humidity from turning into a problem. The Amish greenhouse is designed with simple, manually operated windows and vents, allowing fresh air to flow through and cool the space. There's no need for complex machines here. Just natural airflow that works with the environment, not against it. Finally, the finishing touches. These are the details that bring everything together. Simple additions like shelving, water systems, or even a coat of paint can enhance both the functionality and the aesthetics of your greenhouse. The Amish understand that the little things make a big difference. These final steps ensure your greenhouse not only works well, but looks beautiful too. And now the most exciting part, the first harvest. After all the effort, all the patience, it's time to reap the rewards of your labor. Your greenhouse is now ready to be filled with life. The soil is prepared, the seeds are planted, and all that's left is the waiting. As the plants grow, your role shifts to one of nurturing, maintaining the perfect environment, ensuring the right balance of light, moisture, and warmth. The Amish are experts at this. They understand the subtle art of gardening. Their greenhouses aren't just about growing, they're about fostering life. When the time comes for that first harvest, there's nothing quite like it. There's something deeply rewarding about picking your first ripe tomato, or pulling out a perfectly shaped carrot. This is the beauty of doing it yourself, the joy of knowing that you created this from nothing. It's more than just the vegetables. It's about the deep satisfaction of knowing you've worked with the land, not against it. That you've taken something simple and created something meaningful. The joy of harvesting is the ultimate reward for all your hard work. But don't stop there. The Amish way doesn't end with the harvest. It's a cycle that continues. As you reap, you plan for the next season, improving with each turn of the year. And as you cultivate your greenhouse, you cultivate something more, a deeper connection to the earth and to yourself. And that's how the Amish build a greenhouse. No electricity, no fuss, just simple, effective, and timeless craftsmanship. But this project isn't just about building a structure. It's about reconnecting with the world around you, about embracing simplicity in a complex world. The Amish don't just grow food, they grow relationships, communities, and legacies. So, are you ready to start your own journey? To build something that lasts? Something that feeds not just your body but your soul. The time to begin is now. What are you waiting for? If you're ready to take the first step, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Start your journey today and discover the power of building the Amish way.